Okay, so I'm watching the movie, the free movie on YouTube. I believe it's from 2023, but it's in the free movies of YouTube. Is there anybody out there? You can easily listen to this as a podcast too. Very easy. But it's kind of fun to watch the pictures. And so what they're addressing right now is related to the space flight. I don't remember the space flight that they're talking about. But I wanted to show this. I'll look it up here in a few seconds when I'm done with this. I wanted to show this because it says on one of the spaceships, it says our address in the universe was also included. Doesn't this remind you of a QR code? It reminds me of the QR codes and the barcodes. And so it's like, well, what a novel, interesting idea related to NASA. Yeah, and they sent images of two human beings who didn't have on any clothes, anatomically correct, a male and a female, standing next to a space capsule or some type of structure, for the purposes of trying to show the height of what human beings would be on Earth, hoping that it's something that they would understand. But I think this is really cool. This would be kind of fun to do a Zentangle about. And so it's almost like going into a tube, with into a tunnel related to perspective. You know how things are, or it could be a burst, a burst of, but it's really cool though. I wonder what a computer would read this as if they saw it. I mean, not a human being. I'm not talking about me. I'm not thinking of myself right now in the terms of being a computer that was born of the earth, the earth being in perpetual motion, and functioning as a computer, to sustain the life of human beings. I'm not thinking in that terms right now. But let me pause the video and I'm going to go see if I can find what mission this is so I can include it in this video, in this short 3-minute video. Okay, so right here it says the first sent space message was attached to the Pioneer 10 space probe. I think this is so interesting because I always made the analogy, we always learn in grade school, we learned about the pioneers to the Wild Wild West. And then I often thought, well, gosh, the internet is really very similar to the pioneers of the Wild Wild West time. But I didn't even think of the space travel to outer space, the Pioneer 10 space probe. I mean, that is really interesting. Then it goes on to show what I just showed you about the hieroglyphics, and things we see in the caves, and then the QR codes.